Welcome back to another message caller update. Today we're talking about time zones. That's right, time zones. No one likes dealing with different time zones. Pain in the butt for everybody. But unfortunately we have to deal with this. The reason is when you get text message exports, they don't always come out in the time zone that you want. Why? Well, sometimes forensic software is limited to what it can do. There's one forensic software that we've used in the past that had a really bad bug where it would not account for daylight savings time, even though you do change the time zone to what you want. So it'll just do straight math, -4, -5, completely ignoring daylight savings time. So that was unacceptable. So all the exports had to be done in GMT, but not everyone wants to review in GMT. So let's see what we can do about that. Let me take you to my screen and let's see the new tool in Message Crawler. And the new tool we're talking about is convert time zone. So what this tool will do is, as expected, or as the name implies, it'll take a time, or specifically date and time, and convert from one time zone to another. Now it's important to convert date and time together because if the time happened to be close to midnight, date has to be converted as well. This tool will take care of that as well. So let's click on convert time zone, and now we're going to select our timestamp because in this case this is the field that contains our date and time. And now we have a selection here. What time zone do we want to convert from? So you do need to know what time zone data was exported in. You can't just say convert from anything to GMT. You gotta know what you're converting from. So let's say in this case it was exported in Eastern and we want to convert it to UTC. Totally fine. We're going to click on the format date button and a column will be added on the right. I'm going to double click to expand, called converted date. And so now this date and time is in a UTC file time zone, and this is in Eastern. Now of course there is no way for me to know whether this was an Eastern or not because I don't really have any original phone reference for this date and time, but this conversion did happen. So it was 3:58 and now it's 7:58. So we did convert timestamp from one format to another. And now we can go in our field selection here and we can change to use, instead of timestamp, to use converted date. So now when you export to RSMF, you'll be using date and time that's been offset to a different time zone. Now the reason why this is important is when you process RSMF files in relativity, it assumes the times are in GMT. So let's say you process all your data in the Eastern time zone and now you have your RSMF files. Well, if you process them in the Eastern time zone, all the times will be offset from whatever it is there now. So you, generally speaking, want to export your text messages in GMT, save them in RSMF in GMT time, and then process in relativity, setting an Eastern time zone. And then this way everything will be offset consistently. If you process or if you export your text messages in Eastern and then process them again in Eastern, you will get offset twice. So you'll have problems with your dates and times. So that's one of the reasons for this tool. The other way you can avoid this, if you have your text messages exported in the Eastern and you don't want to offset it, you can process it in GMT or UTC in relativity. This way there will be no offset. But now it's going to be kind of confusing as, you know, you're processing emails in Eastern but text messages in GMT. So again, the actual workflow is going to be up to you. Do you want to mess with dates and times before you put them RSMF? Or do you want to tinker with it in your processing profile? But again, up to you. And this is just one of the tools that can help you play with time zones and change the dates and times to, well, what you need. Anyway, that is another message crawler update for you. Hope you're not tired of these, but I keep adding more tools and I hope you're going to like them. So thank you for checking it out. See you guys next time.